Welcome back, guys. So these are my detailed plans to build my chicken coop. I had 2 pages, but I lost one. So I had squared this up earlier and used some poles and some twine string here to get a square so I could see where everything would sit and level and do all that fun stuff before we began the big day. So we're going to have to put down dirt clods and fill in holes, and I'm not going to bore you all too much watching all this, but just kind of get a picture of what you got to do to kind of level everything up and get it right and going. So we're about done here, and we're going to move on to chopping some wood. My coop is going to be 8 by 16, and so I started cutting down my floorboards to 8-foot long lengths. Well, I was only taking off a 1/4 inch, and I'm kind of lazy, so I wanted to check to make sure they all looked about the same, and I decided there in my mind that I don't like extra work. They can hang over a 1/4 inch. I don't care. Right? Right. So fuck it, I loaded them all up into the truck, because chopping that many boards is going to take a minute. I decided to lag the outside 4-corner roof beams to the floor. So what I'm doing is I'm squaring a couple of them up so I can get an angle on them, so I can cut the roof angle. And so I was looking for my compass, and I was too lazy for the math, and so I thought, well, crap, we're just going to invent a roof angle. So what I'm doing here is just laying it out, and you got to get these square if you're going to do this. You get everything square, get all your measurements right, and be ready to rock and roll, baby. So that's what I'm doing, and here I'm topless. Now you'll see the links I am willing to go for likes and subscribes. You'd even have to ask, and here I am without a shirt on. So ha ha ha, right on. Yeah, that's weird shit, don't put that in there. Anyway, so we're gonna check for square, and what you want to do is get all your lengths right, and then we're going to measure across and see if the diagonal measurement is the same, and if it's not, then we got to move one corner up or down. It's not going to change your left to right or your up or down. But here I am like a Jedi trying to catch that corner with my tape measure, and it's going to take me 2 hands. Now this is about as exciting as Olympic curling, so I'm going to add a few more in just for fun to show you, because it's so frustrating. You start trying to catch that corner and you don't want to give in and walk over the couple steps and just snag it. No, you're going to try to get it, dude. You're going to try to get it, and that's exactly what I do. I got the patience of a fly fisherman, man. Here we go, one last time. Can I do it? Oh, if it's only an Olympic sport. I mean, there's people better than me at snagging corners, for sure, but it's kind of fun. So anyway, that beam I just set up is going to be the roofline angle, and so I'm just measuring it up, getting kind of even numbers on the edge so I can replicate it easily, and then I just mark in the lines, and it's on the there's my ass. Look at that. It has sheep shit on it. There I am admiring my roof angle, and here I'm going to cut these 4x6s. I have to cut them the long way, so my saw's not going all the way through, and so that sucks. And there's me making a math error that you're going to see later on, and there's me fighting my DeWalt little chop saw thing, trying to get the goddamn angle right to match the angle that I have on the wood for my roof angle. And yeah, it took a minute, and I finally figured it out after a while, but I just don't really use that feature very often, and so here I am dicking around with it like a monkey. So, like I said, these did not chop all the way through, and so that was a bummer, because I had to use the bow saw, and the bow saw sucks, and I didn't get everything exactly straight, so I'm going to have to take a grinder up to everything later on. Now my chicks are getting bigger, and so I decided to make them little chicken pens so they can come outside and enjoy the day with me. So boy oh boy, it's just kind of makeshift, but there's my chickies, there's my girls that I'm doing this for. Hey, write in the comments, man, guess what chicks I got? I got a lot. I got like 6 varieties, I think, and there's like 25, so guess the varieties, mention them in the comments, see what you get. But there's my girls, and there's one boy, I think he's a boy, and there's a sheep. They do not know what to think of the sheep, man. The sheep are just kind of like, hey, look, there's chickens, and the chickens are like, oh no. You see that guy up there walking through the middle? I think that was our rooster, and here's just some fun chick videos. Boy, they're hot. I'm using these 4x6s as the cross members for my floor. So I'm getting these set out kind of in place, and then I'm going to have to start bolting those down. But first, let's have lunch. Baked potato, lots of sour cream, butter, bacon bits, and a big ass glass of milk. I'll be honest with you, I'm not especially a big fan of chicks. I really like hens, so I'm very excited for when these girls get up and I can just sit and enjoy them. But you know what? Back to work. So since I changed how I wanted to do my, I'm going to lag these 4x6s into the railroad ties and into the floor, or into the 4x6s, I had to change what I was doing. And that meant moving over the railroad ties that I'd spent half the morning friggin' squaring back up. So that kind of sucked. And here I am fighting a brace, and of course I got to use my Hulk strength to push down. Shane, push down. And then try to get it level, because, you know, that's always fun. And none of it. So I'm going to lag this thing into the railroad tie to get the party started here. And here in just a second, I'll actually go through and we'll show you in one corner what I'm doing so you can see. But it's just a process. You go through and drill, pilot the hole, and you lag it in and lag it in and drill and lag and drill and lag. And so I'm putting like 4 lags in the uprights, and then 3 on the each side of the 4x6s. But here in a minute you'll see where my math was faulty when I told you about that earlier, and see where I messed up. And then always checking for level. And there's Huckleberry Dog. He's so happy he gets to hang out. I don't get to play with him as much. That kind of sucks. But back to checking for level, and it's like a never-ending battle, just trying to keep things level and things shift. And you got to hit them with big fucking hammers, and oh, it's a lot of work, man. And the sun was out, and I was getting like sunburnt. It was kind of, you know, I got a pretty good sunburn on me, and it was a lot of work. And you know, you've got to try to get all these things level. And I made the 4x6s level with the upright ones level at the bottom of the railroad ties, and so I had to like fight those up to get them to stand up high enough, because of course so it's just a battle, you know. And those stupid blocks I cut were too big that were supposed to fill in. So originally I had went through and I wanted to have those beams run from post to post and hit exactly 8 feet, and then I'd be good. But oh no, I had to make them short because I did my math for the small way, or the long way, instead of the small way, and so that bit me in the ass. And here I am showing you what I'm doing. I'm kind of connecting the cross member to the railroad tie that's in the ground, and just drilling that bad boy and throwing lags in. Like I said, kind of 3 on each side, and then you get the post up into place. And like I said, you got to make sure the bottoms are leveled up too, because I'm kind of going off of that measurement, and get everything lined up, and hope you hit her, dude, because it's just you out there, and you got that big ass thing standing up there. It's like 9 feet tall. So, but we'll get some lags in it, and it should be okay. We'll be good to go. Good to go. Boy, doesn't that look exciting? I'm going to have to buy more lags too. I went a little lag happy. I'm kind of bummed about it, but you know what? It should last a little bit longer than a Home Depot one, I hope, you know. But, you know, of course you got to hit it with a fucking hammer all the time. Get everything square and level, square and level. But, yeah, if I would have got fewer chickens, I wouldn't have had to build a big-ass chicken coop. So if you're thinking about getting more chickens, think about your chicken coop. And so you see the gap there. Like I said, I misfigured, so I have to fill that in. You'll see that in the next video. So I'm making sure my 8 feet is on, and I realize it's not, so I got to pull those back out and then put them, re-drill them in. So that's what I had to do there. Now I'm going to pull up the stakes with the twine on them, because I'm not going to use those anymore. I'm going to start twining out around the posts here in a minute. But more fucking hammer work, dude. More hammer work. And there she is. That's kind of where we're at for the day. I got to come in and attack this other side a little bit, get it kind of firmed up. But so far I'm pretty happy. It goes a lot slower than what you think sometimes, but you know, it is what it is, right? So there she is. Thanks for following along. We'll catch you guys on the flip side.